Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show. The NRL, the National Rugby League, was here not too long ago. The Roosters up against the Storm 1v2. It was a belter, Poppy, an absolute belter. In fact, it was the biggest crowd at a rugby league game that weekend anywhere in Australia.
Here in Adelaide.
Here in Adelaide. And, of course, the competition coordinator came in and gave us a chat about it, Martin O'Rourke. Marty, how are you?
Good, mate.
How did we get that? How did we get 1v2?
Lucky at that time.
Great.
Or perfectly planned.
Perfectly timed. Yeah. Now, great thing you were saying there about the crowd there. Nearly 22,000 people came to that game. It's great to see that rugby league's alive and well in South Australia. 18,000 people were South Australian residents.
You know what surprised me most is when I saw the crowd, I thought, oh, how disappointing. How disappointing, because you get used to seeing 50,000 there. But then when you compare the sport, 22,000, and see that in its heartland it couldn't come close, it surprised me. It really did. How does that work? How does more people go to see a game in Adelaide than in Sydney?
Well, the last time we had a match in Adelaide was 2011, 2012. So there's definitely the
great promotion for you. Great promotion.
Well, the one-off factor helps. It'd be interesting to see how it would go over an extended period of time. No question at all. State of Origin, when we're talking about one-offs, I mean, it was an intriguing series. New South Wales probably should have got it game 2, but didn't. Queensland went on and won it. Laurie Daly's just been reappointed back with New South Wales for another year. Is there a chance we could see State of Origin at Adelaide Oval?
Yeah, well, there's definitely talks in the works. Adelaide Oval is a world-class facility, so they did it in Melbourne at the MCG a couple of years back. That full house.
And would you expect it to be a full house if it was? I mean, I would.
Definitely.
I'd go.
I would, for sure.
Yeah.
State of Origin is one of the best sporting events in the world.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's undisputed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, mate, fair bit coming up too. So you should get on some stuff. Spencer Golf, what's happening over there?
Yeah, they're getting the business end of their season. Okay. So grand final on the 12th of August up at Roxby Downs.
Wow, okay.
So big rugby league following up there. The community really gets behind it. A great thing is, first women's rugby league grand final in that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fantastic.
How many teams do they have up there? I would think they're pretty thin.
Four clubs.
Oh, that's okay.
So,
okay.
It will be Olympic Dam Barbarians will be taking the home game there. So
Olympic Dam Barbarians.
Great name.
They're fantastic. A lot of great support. Great community.
Yes.
And then they'll be taking on the winner of this weekend out of the Port Pirie Pirates.
Yes.
And Port Augusta Goannas.
Mate, why do you reckon it's so big at Roxby? What's the attraction for rugby at Roxby Downs?
Well, it's just a really tight community. Obviously, they work pretty hard up there, so they like to play.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah. It is a great place to go. All right, mate. I think you said you got a tour coming up into Thailand too, October, November. For rugby.
It's been an amazing year for rugby league in South Australia. So we got the NRL game. We've got everything that's going in the domestic competition. We've had great growth right across it, and to culminate that is we've got an international tour to Thailand.
How long for?
September, October. So it's a week-long tour. We'll start off in Bangkok, so we'll play one of their local teams, the Southern Sharks. Do a bit of a tour around
Be careful,
the country.
Be careful.
So I'll visit some orphanages.
Have you seen the film The Hangover?
Yeah.
Just be careful. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's my job to keep them out.
Because you know the dentist.
Good luck with that.
That gets himself in trouble. You know the dentist in The Hangover.
Yeah.
Can you
see where you're going.
Just be very careful. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Marty, in saying that, people cross the lines. We see the rugby sevens, we see the rugby league, you see rugby union. The sevens is attract more to the league or more to the union? Bit of both.
Yeah, sixes and sevens really.
Yeah. Is it? Okay.
Often thing we find in South Australia, rugby league. You can't really tell the difference.
Yes.
But it's very different.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do find we have a lot of players that do play both codes, with rugby union being played on the Saturday.
I want to ask you about the Metro. I want to ask you about the Metro competition as well. But just quickly on Thailand. So you go away to Thailand. What's that? What does that give you? What does that give those representing what the state, is it, or?
Yeah. Well, in essence, we're representing Australia.
Sure. Okay.
This is potentially one of the first games of international rugby league from Australia to go to Asia.
Yes.
So I guess you could put us in the same category as
Port Adelaide and China. But that's great.
So we get to play against their national team in Chiang Mai at the end of the tour.
And how strong is it in Thailand?
Well, they've probably got about similar size competition to
Okay,
us. So
okay, fair enough.
There's a good stretch of about 6-7 clubs around the country. And they're really a lot of expats.
Of course, yeah.
The local denomination there is getting right behind rugby league as well.
What about the Metro competition? How's that looking? Because you must be getting close to finals as well.
Yeah, this is last week of the minor rounds,
Okay.
which brings some interesting things. At the moment, we've got South Adelaide Bulldogs and Adelaide Hills Tigers. They're
Okay.
playing off for the minor premiership, both on 20 points for the season.
Oh, okay.
Now, the interesting thing here, if South Adelaide Bulldogs beat Tigers
Yes.
by more than 30 points,
Yes.
the third place Central District Roosters move up into that top 2 spot,
Okay.
which has big difference. On
For
the
sure, yeah.
Is that a
finals.
possibility?
Yeah, quite
Yep.
Yeah.
possible. Tigers have had a bit of an up and down season. They've been a bit lucky to get in the position they were with a few things throughout the season
Yeah.
which went their way. So,
Martin, just before we let you go quickly, this year, progress has continued?
yeah, it's been fantastic. We've had a 10% increase in participation just in the Metro Comp itself. A lot of juniors getting into rugby league now. For the first time in quite a few years, our lower age groups have been able to play 13-a-side rugby league.
Yeah. I know it's a question we discussed, you know what, I don't know if it was on air or off here now, but I'll ask it again. I'll embarrass myself by asking, because it's inevitable, the Rams, is there a chance that we get an SA-based side? We talk about relocating an AFL side to Tasmania or wherever it might be. Are we strong enough yet or not just yet? We're not quite right.
Yeah, I think we're not quite there.
Yeah, because you don't want to do it half cocked again.
Yeah,
If you're going to
years.
do it, you've got to be ready and go bang. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I guess the biggest issue there from the Telstra Premiership point of view is how many teams do you have in a competition?
Sure.
So 4 teams to come in, you're going to have to play around. There's a couple of teams like Newcastle Knights, West Tigers that be questionable whether they should be in the NRL.
Yeah. But I wonder because
possible relocation.
Well,
in that,
and I
isn't
guess
there?
that's my next question. The AFL went through the stage where Victoria couldn't handle, so they had to shift.
in, yeah.
Anyway, it'll be interesting times ahead. Well done, it's good.
Marty, thanks for coming in, mate.
Well done,
It's
mate.
good,
Yeah, good.
exciting month ahead.
Yeah.
The Rugby League. Stay with us. Still a little bit more to come on the show.